Hey dreamers, welcome back. My name is Kira and this is Homestead Dreaming. I was tagged in a 5 in 5 video by Rose from Wholesome Roots and where she gave 5 gardening tips in 5 minutes, and she was tagged by Liz Zorab and it was just started, I don't know who it was started by, but I will find out and I will link everybody's channels down below. So I'm gonna attempt to give you my 5 gardening tips in 5 minutes with an urban spin. My first tip is to take advantage of all of the space that you have. And for me, being as that I have very limited space, growing vertically is very important for me. So use all of the space you have and don't get bogged down by horizontal specifics. You can always go up. For example, I have arch trellises. I have raised garden beds on either side of these trellises, and for example, on this trellis I have grapes. And they go up and around this arch trellis. And in the summertime, these are full of pole beans, and in the spring and generally in the fall, these would be covered in peas. I've done cucumbers, I've done melons, just all sorts of things can go that vine and need some sort of structure or support can go up an arch trellis. And these are made from T-posts and cattle panels. And they're secured by the side. We did them in early spring and they're still very secure. Gardening tip number 2. Don't let your animals get into your garden beds. I accidentally let my chickens go through my garden beds, and that is why my garden beds are currently empty. I had so many fall things started. Chard, kale, I had beets, I had radishes, carrots, I had spinach, I had lettuce mixes, I had cabbage, all sorts of cold weather loving things. I had peas to go up on these trellises behind me. And my chickens decimated everything. So either contain your chickens or fence your garden. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is plant your perennials first. The reason for this is because they will come back year after year and they generally take a little bit longer to get established. So get your perennials established first so that they have time to get their roots established and they can survive the winter, and they will come back and just grace you with their presence all the time. These, for example, are strawberries. I have had these strawberries here just for one season, but in the bed next to me, they've been there for almost 3 years and they have just been really great. Tip number 4, build a big enough compost area for what you expect to need it for. I did not do this, so here is my compost area completely overflowing, as well as literally everything else in this area. So I will be rebuilding this area very shortly and making it much larger. My gardens and my composting needs expanded much quicker than my compost area could handle. So that is on my list of things to improve soon. Last but not least, tip number 5 is watch where your sun is and utilize all of the sunny space that you can, even if that means putting raised beds in your front yard. We will be taking more advantage of our front yard sunny space this coming season and hopefully installing many more garden beds in the front. We'll be replacing these beds with taller beds, adding more organic matter to these particular garden beds. These are raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and grapes, and we'll be adding trellising and supports for what needs supports, but we are in the front yard. I have a lot of space space to be used out here, and I plan on taking full advantage of the space that I have that can grow food for my family. And I hope that you do too.